from South of Normal here, coming to you today for another movie theater story time moment. Hit that subscribe button, follow along with the notifications so when I drop more of these, you're the first to know. Now today, I'm going to talk to you about the time we had to save a man's life because he was bleeding to death in the lobby. No, he wasn't stabbed, he wasn't shot. He wasn't assaulted in any fashion. No. What happened was, I had just gone home. I went home the night before at about 3 a.m. Got my 5 hours of sleep. Had to be back at 9, 10 o'clock. We had kids showings. We used to do, I don't know if they still do it, dollar movie Sundays, I think it was. Saturdays or Sundays. That's where we take some old animated film, usually a kid's movie, and we put it in 2 or 3 theaters. It's $1 to get in. You get a popcorn. Like you can buy whatever you want from the concession stand, but tickets are $1. Take your kids to the movie. Make a mess for us to clean up. Whatever. So we've been open since about 8. I started at 10, 10:30. I can't remember exactly. It was early because I was exhausted because I had worked the night before. And I walk in to punch in. I'm running late. And this guy, I punch in. I just hear, excuse me. I look around. And I see this moon-shaped gentleman just looking at me, chomping on his large popcorn with his large soda. He goes, I need a Band-Aid. Okay, easy request. I was like, okay, how big? Like, how big's the cut and where is it? I think I need a larger one. It's on my leg. And I look down. And on his leg is just this stream of blood shooting out. Not like little drip down his shin. No, it is just gushing out of his leg because his varicose vein popped. And he thought just putting a little Band-Aid on it would work because he didn't want to miss his movie. So I hit that flight or fight response. I run to the manager's office. I burst in. I'm like, just call 911. We need an ambulance. We need something. Just get him here. And they're like, well, what's going on? I was like, fucking, he's bleeding to death. Just get him here. And I run back out with grabbing a roll of paper towels because I don't know what to do. We get the guy. We sit him down in the corner. We get him out of the middle of the lobby where these children are running around and he's just trying to bleed all over them. Like, it was like a Quentin Tarantino movie, the ending, come to life. As we set him down, we're trying to, stop the bleeding. We're putting paper towels and pressure on him. One of our workers, she was in her 70s. She owned an oil rig in Texas, so she didn't have to work. She chose to work because she was bored. Runs over and just, hugs the leg, latches on as hard as she can, and they're squeezing her body against this guy's leg to stop the bleeding. And she looks at me and she goes, give me your shirt. No, I'm not touching that man's leg. I'm not putting my clothes on that man's leg. We will solve this problem using paper towels or other mediums to stop the bleeding. I am not touching him. Sorry, I'm not getting bled on for this minimum wage manager job. And this woman is literally absorbing this guy's blood. It's dripping down her now. Instead of ripping my shirt off, I run to the promotions closet and get a Shrek 3 t-shirt and start ripping it into tourniquets, and we start tying this guy's leg off. The whole time, though, freaking time, this guy's eating his large popcorn and drinking his soda like nothing's wrong. He's just bleeding to death in the lobby and about to ask for a refill. Like, what the hell? So finally the freaking paramedics show up and I don't know what they do. They get the bleeding to stop. They take off our homemade shirt tourniquets and get him out of there and get him to the hospital. Still eating his popcorn on the gurney. Don't forget. And so we got to figure out how to clean this woman up who jumped on his leg. We feel like we can't just send her home. So she goes off with our general manager, and they just figure out how to get her cleaned up and like, because we don't have a shower. We don't have anything like, we don't have that shower or anything. I forget, like, I think that he brought her home in his car, so he got all the blood in his car. And like, now I have to mop up. Like, the paramedics were just like, you just gotta clean it with bleach or something. Just, that's what we forget. They recommended what to do, and we had the stuff, cleaning supplies. And for those of you who have never cleaned up a massive amount of blood after it's been sitting for any amount of time, I want you to go to the store or your fridge if you have it, take some pudding and spike it on the floor, and then push it around with a mop. That's the equivalent of coagulated blood, is pudding. And there was a lot of it, because this dude was bleeding for a good 20 minutes. He probably was close to dying with the amount of blood that came out of him. Not gonna lie. But he survived. He got a free ticket for the next time and free food. But I'm pushing this jelly around with a mop and like just dumping bleach on the floor. We ended up getting a snow shovel because it couldn't be mopped up, and just like putting it in a trash can. And then we were using shirts and all this weird non-regulation cleaning supplies to get the blood gone, because we got kids there. Can't let them play in blood. And so we get it cleaned up. We get it all taken. We throw it in the dumpster. Little did we know we're supposed to call like hazardous material disposal people and give them this freaking bags of bloody rags. Might have gotten fined for that. Don't remember. But this was the first instance of someone nearly dying at the movie theater that I had experienced. And I had to watch one of our part-time employees get bled on for 20 minutes because she was hugging his leg. And it was on her face. It was in her eyes. It was all over her. It was quite gross. And then the cleanup, the aftermath, is something I will never forget. Because not only did it just smell like metal and bleach combined, just the way the blood coagulated and sounded as we pushed it around the floor trying to clean it up is just burned into my skull, into my brain, in my brainium. And it's not the first time I've had 4 instances of people almost dying at the movie theater. None of them choking related. I will tell them all, but this is number 1. This is the man who bled out without being stabbed or shot because a varicose vein popped under the pressure because of his severe size and just overall poor health. I will not repeat what the paramedics said the problem was, because it was not PC and it was kind of disturbing. And they said it right in front of him. But he didn't seem to care. He came back a week later, got a free movie and some free food, and went in just fine. But that is my first instance of near death at the movie theater. For more great movie theater stories like this one, you got to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification flag so you are pinged when it comes out. I've been Michael Soren from Movies Reviews of South of Normal. This was Movie Theater Storytime. Peace.